Dear student, I am taking your lecture 10 for unit 2 in a paper PPH 1802. Already we have discussed up to the 9 lecture we have discussed power amplifier and multivibrator. In a lecture 9 I have discussed an astable multivibrator. Today I am discussing two numerical of a power amplifier and two numerical of a astable multivibrator. This is an experiment you are doing and you are getting such kind of the result. The conversion efficiency of a class B push-pull amplifier is being determined experimentally. And an output power meter on the secondary of the output transformer indicate 5 watt. So this is a 5 watt you are getting AC power at the load. Remember, so it means this is they have given PL. Remember, you should understand what they have given PL. The efficiency of transformer is 70%. Look at efficiency of transformer is 70%. An oscilloscope connected across 0.6 ohm. So this is your they have given R resistor in series with the power supply shows full wave rectified waveform of a peak voltage of 380. So this is a peak voltage they have given. VCC is 24 volt and they are asking you to find the conversion efficiency of an amplifier. So they are doing experiment. In experiment they are getting this is the result, or this is the you can say the meter reading, power meter reading, which is connected across secondary, means across RL. So that is called PL or it is called PAC, output power. An oscilloscope connected across 0.6 ohm resistor. So if you want to measure the voltage, then the voltage always measure parallel to the resistor or across the resistors. So they have given R, and the peak voltage you are getting in a oscilloscope is 380 millivolt. VCC they have given 24 volt. Find the conversion efficiency. Let us solve this numerical. You know, efficiency is nothing but the AC power PL dash delivered to the load upon this into 100. I have to find PL dash upon PB. So let us write what is PL dash and what is PB. You know the 70% efficient, the transformer is 70% efficient. This is 70%. So here you are getting this is your PL. This is you are getting PL dash, means 70% of PL dash is transferred to PL. So you must understand that this efficiency of this transformer is 70%. So I should write 70% of PL dash whatever power is delivered here, from this 70% is transferred here. And this is nothing but they have given, they are measuring here, they are connecting the some power meter here, and this power meter shows the 5 watt. So I am writing PL dash is equal to PL upon 0.7. So I can 5 upon 0.7, nearly about, if you find 5 upon 0.7, 7.143 watt. This is your PL dash. Let us find now PB. I have to find the PB. So PB is nothing but you can write your supply voltage multiplied by current at quiescent condition. You can see your circuit diagrams. In circuit diagrams, it is a full wave rectified signal. So average value of the full wave rectified signal is given by 2 Im upon pi. So it is VCC into 2. Im is not given. So I should write it is the voltage upon resistance. So my equation of the PB is nothing but the VCC into ICQ. What is ICQ? It's average value of full wave rectified signal. This ICQ is nothing but the average value of full wave rectified signal. Average value of full wave rectified signal is given by 2Im upon pi. What is maximum current? Maximum voltage upon resistance. So again you see, what is the power? DC power supply by the battery, VCC into ICQ. What is ICQ? Average value of full wave rectified signal in a class B amplifier. ICQ is nothing but the, for a full wave rectified signal, is average value is given by 2Im upon pi. Im is nothing but the peak voltage upon resistance. So I am putting all this value. This is a 24, this is your 2. VP they have given 380 millivolt. So I can write 0.380 volt. R they have given 0.60 and VCC they have given 24 volt. So this is 0.380 upon 3.14 multiplied by 0.6. If you calculate this value, you will get 9.682 watt. So here's, this is PL dash 7.143 upon 9.682 multiplied by 100. If you calculate this value, you will get nearly about 73.7%. So in this way you can calculate this numerical. Look here, the question is that they are asking you find the conversion efficiency from this experimental result. So they are measuring the AC power output, AC power on a power meter across the RL, means across the secondary, and it is your PL, and that transformer is 70% efficient. So I am writing 70% of PL dash is coming to here. So efficiency, you know, PL dash upon PB. Second thing they have given, they are measuring peak voltage. So why they are measuring peak voltage? Because they want to find the current, how much current supplied by the battery at quiescent condition. So at quiescent condition they want to measure the current. So it is nothing but you already have studied in the theory. So full wave rectified signals you are getting on the oscilloscope of the peak voltage 380 millivolt. So from this value I can find the value of the peak current. VCC they have given 24 volt. So what the efficiency? PL dash upon PB into 100. I have to find the PL dash. So 70% of PL dash is equal to PL. So PL dash I will find. I put this value here. Now PB is nothing but the VCC into ICQ. VCC is nothing but the, what is ICQ? It's a quiescent condition current. So you have seen in your circuit, it's I have shown the full wave rectified signal. So the DC value of that signal is nothing but 2Im upon pi. Im is nothing but the peak value, voltage, peak voltage upon resistance. So by putting this I am getting 9.682. So approximately if you find out this calculation, you will get 73.7%. Let us do the second numerical. It's a very good numerical for understanding what the difference between the transfer coupled amplifier, class B amplifier and class AB amplifier. Look here. Here in class B amplifier you want to deliver how much power? You want to deliver 10 watt. And they are asking you what is the power drain. Okay. So you know the efficiency, optimum efficiency is 78.5%, you know. This is so I can write eta is equal to PL dash upon PB. Okay. So into 100. So from this I can write 78. Now I have to find PB. I I have to find PB. So PB is nothing but the PLS upon eta into 100. Now what is PLS? Transformer is 75% efficiency. So 75% of PL dash will be transferred to PL. So PL dash is 10 upon 0.75. This is your 10 watt. So by putting this value, this is 10 upon 0.75. Eta is 78.5%. Person is converted. So I can write in this way. The required power is 16 point something, so I can write 17 watt. So you should have a power supply which can capable to supply 17 watt power. Look here what I did. 10 watt PB they are asking you. Eta is 78.5%. Eta is PL dash upon PB into 100. So PB is the subject of the equation. Yes. So by putting the value of PL dash here, eta is here. So I can get this your answer. Second question. If the amplifier is modified to provide the class AB operation at an efficiency of 68%, what will be the new power required? Means they have given eta is 68%. So from this I can write eta is equal to PL dash upon PB into 100. So from this PB is nothing but the PL dash upon eta into 100. So PL dash is already 10 upon 0.75. This is 1 upon your 68 into 100. So PB is required 19.6 watt. Same thing, only the efficiency in class B is how much? 78.5. Efficiency of class AB is how much? 68%. So I did the same calculation. So here class B, how much power is required? 17 watt. Class AB, how much? 19.6 watt power required from the DC supply source. Now see, what is the minimum average dissipation capability required for each transistor for a class A? So what should be the average power dissipation capability of each transistor in a class B? So you know that this equation, average power dissipation capability of each transistor in a class B is given by 0.2 PL dash. 0.2 into PL dash is 10 upon 0.75. So from this you can calculate, it is nothing but the 2.7 watt. So you should require transistors whose PD is 2.7 watt. You have to remember this equation. In a class B, the average power dissipation capability of each transistor is given by 0.2 PL dash. Already we have used in a numerical. Now, they are asking these questions. What will be the average power dissipation capability of a transistor for a transfer coupled amplifier to deliver the same power in a? So, if you want to deliver this power for a transfer coupled amplifier, then PD of a transfer coupled amplifier is given by 2 PL dash. So 2 multiplied by 10 upon 0.75. So from this if you do, it is 26.6 watt. So it is better to use your class B operation. So your transistor power dissipation capacity is low and also low power is required. Now some numerical I am giving you for the practice. Look here, for practice I am giving you Design a class B push-pull amplifier to deliver 5 watt power at the 8 ohm load. Take VCC is equal to 12 volt, HI is this, and find out the value of output transformer. Find the relation between R2 and R1 and input resistance. Design the class AB push-pull amplifier for above. Here you have to take, please remember, here you have to take VB is equal to 0. Here you have to take VB is equal to 0.5. Try to solve this to numerical. Let us do the numerical for A-stable multivibrator. Find the frequency of oscillations for C1, C2 is equal to 1 kpf and R1, R2 is equal to 20 kilo. Look here, here's you have to find the frequency of oscillations. Of frequency of oscillation equation, you know that F is equal to 1 upon T, and T is nothing but the 1 point. You know 1 T is what already we have done in a theory. So T is 1.4 RC. Here R is nothing but the 20 kilo ohms and C is nothing but the 1 kilo PF, and find the answer that you have to do. Second, find the periodic time. So T is nothing but the, you can find the periodic time and frequency of oscillation for this given data. So already know that T1 is equal to 0.693 into R2C2 and T2 is equal to 0.693 into R1C1. So T I can write 0.693 means T, you know what should I write? It is nothing but the T is nothing but the T1 plus T2. So I can write 0.693 into bracket R1C1 plus R2C2. So you can calculate this value and also calculate 1 by T is nothing but the frequency. This you have to do yourself. Now look, you understand the questions. You wanted 2 microsecond pulse at a repetition rate of 100 kilohertz. Means this is your 2 microsecond pulse at a repetition rate of 100 kilohertz. Means this is your 2 microsecond pulse. After 100 kilohertz frequency, you will get again 2 microsecond. Again 2 microsecond. Set a repetition rate of this. Means this is your after 100 kilohertz, you want to get another pulse. So this is your T is 1 upon 100 kilohertz. At the repetition rate, from this at another times you are getting 2. From this you are getting another times, means after T is equal to this is your after 10 microsecond, this width is 10 microsecond. At the repetition rate of the 100 kilohertz, you want to get another pulse. So this is your 10 microsecond pulse. This is a total width is 10 microseconds. So after this, again at the 10 microsecond you want to get 2 microsecond. Again 2 microsecond. So this is your T is 10 microsecond. So this is your T1. Remember, this is your T1. This is your T1. And this value is T2. So T2 is nothing but the, you can write T minus T1. This is your T minus T1. So T1 is nothing but 2 microsecond and T2 is nothing but the T minus T1. So it is 10 minus 2, 8 microsecond. You don't understand only this. Rest of the thing is very simple. Look again. Determine the value of the capacitor to be used in a stable multivibrator to provide a train of pulses 2 microsecond wide. So 2 microsecond wide at the repetition rate of 100 kilohertz. So once you are getting, after 100 kilohertz you want to get again, after from this again 100 kilohertz you want to get again. So this is your 100 kilohertz. So for this total I find the time is 10 microsecond. So this time from here to here, this time is how much? 10 microsecond. This your T1 is 2 microsecond. So remaining is T2 is nothing but the T minus T1. So I will get 8 microsecond. So find the value of capacitor. You already know the value of T1 is nothing but the 0.693 R2 C2. Find the C2 yourself. T2 is nothing but the 0.693 R1 C1. Find the C1 yourself. You have to find value of, by putting the value of T1, the R1 R2 they have given, you can find the value of C1 and C2. By selecting the such value of the R1 R2 and C1 and C2, you can get the 2 microsecond pulse at a repetition rate of 100 kilohertz.